Okay, I'm live here. Let's see. Loop is good. And that too. Let's see. Okay, okay. Testing. I am very low. Got now. I am very low. Got now. Testing. Testing. Okay, I think that should do. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm too loud or not. I think that should do. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm too loud or not. Hold on. Dang it. I would think I'm too recording. I'm too low, but no. Hold on. I'm just gonna turn off all decibels and see what happens. I'm just gonna keep talking for a bit to myself. Let's just see. All decibels and see what happens. Okay, I sound actually sound loud now. To myself. Let's just see. Okay, I sound actually sound loud now. Yeah. Well, at least I can at least hear myself properly. All right. Where was I? Oh yes. Okay. Let's see. At least hear myself properly. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Chapter 5. Let's see. It was near noon. So, oh, right. Press conference with the Alliance. I'm talking to myself, but you know, whatever. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Noon in Seoul, South Korea. But Blue Towers, 50th floor. Hundreds of reporters from all over the world, asking either specific ascendants or throwing out general questions. What differentiates this floor? What difference it differentiate differentiates this floor from the others in the Blue Tower? As previously, yeah, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Who should I? It says it's gonna be Leo. Well, what should I say? Yeah. In the middle, middle of the table. In the middle of the table, Lee Young. Oh, oh, no, excuse me. Sorry, that a burp. The young hawk had two stands. That I cannot stands up slowly. Stands up slowly before giving his answer. As previously stated, the Blue Tower's 50th floor is a vast ocean populated by a large number of aquatic creatures. Can you give us a brief summary for some of these creatures? I can answer this one. As Lee Young Hyuk was about to answer, he was interrupted by Evan Rogers, who was willing to answer in his stead. Lee Young Hyuk nods and lets Evan answer and it sits back down. Sits back down as Evan answers. As evidence, there's the reporter's question. The majority of the animals we encountered have been fish ranging from all sizes and species, many of them having armored scales and solid bony heads. Other creatures include sea serpents and krakens, which would be more which will be more specified detailed in the upcoming report of the venture. Has there been any discovery of new tower residents? Hmm. Yeah, while the majority of life in the tower can be considered wild animals or monsters, there are also populations of intelligent and sentient beings that live alongside such creatures. They were known as tower residents, ranging from elves, dwarves, orcs, goblins, and many more that may or may not exist, either on undiscovered floors or unmapped terrain. Many residents, whether as individual or as groups, have established connection with guilds, becoming guides, trading goods, and working or fighting together. We did not encounter any new residents in the Blue Tower. The tower residents we had with us were the merfolks from the lower floors, who were helping us as guides, and they were just as clueless. This time it was Genemax. Max who answered. As a blacksmith, Jenna spent a good amount of time interacting with various tower residents. It is common practice for production class ascendants to learn and interact with both environment and people, discovering new materials and learning new knowledge. Let me do that. It had been. She was the reason. She was the reason. She was the main connection. No, you know how it is. She was the main connection to the Merfolks. Connection in the alliance. The Merfolks. The Blue Tower. It was the main connection. Tower. Should I add more or should I just add less? That's a question. No, I'm not gonna add more because that's already it'll just be double explaining. Okay, so let's see. Anyone else in here? No. Yeah, that's normal. Alright. Let's see. Any connection to the alliance and the merfolks and the blue tower? Speaking of which, what new materials or treasures have you obtained? Scales and skins. The reporter continued. With another another question. Another related question. With another question. Speaking of which, what new materials or treasures have you obtained? The scales and skins of the previously mentioned fish and serpents can potentially be for light and sturdy armor, but it is still too early for any item to be produced yet. My guild is currently experimenting with some of the material. As for treasures, I have no comment. The questions continue as they were answered. Reporters asked most specifics, and the ascendants would answer to the best of their abilities. Soon, a familiar reporter asked a familiar question. Mr. Lee Young-Hill, I have asked this question yesterday, but you were unable to answer previously. But do you mind answering the question of why would you go through the trouble of assembling such an alliance in the first place? Once again, the question is asked. Is asked or was it? Lee Young-Hung had previously dodged the question and promised to give an answer during their press conference. The reporters eagerly waited to see what Lee Young-Hung would do. Will he simply dodge the question like before? Will another ascendant answer instead? Or will he give an answer himself? Lee Young-Hung, stoic as ever, simply stands up before giving his reason for such an alliance. The reason all of us were able to form such an alliance is because we owe it to one person. One person. That was all. That was what united all these great people. The reason is so simple and yet surprisingly complex. How great was this person who was able to make such an impact on these people's lives? Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on your answer? Before the report, for the reporters, all other ascendants also to began began to stand up slowly. Stand up slowly. Also, one by one. By one. It seems all of them will give. It seems like all of them will give their own reason. Evan Rogers goes first. He is the reason me and my wife are still here today. His answer is followed by Jenna. He helped me create my first item. Next came Stephen Chan. He is one of the men he's one of the men I respect the most. After him was Ana Silva. He helped me perfect my fighting style. Sung Young Kyun, who had been quiet the entire time, shared her answer. He was my first teammate. No, this. Mm, uh, mm. Yeah, hold on. Was my first. Let's see. Yeah, he was. Let's see. Hold on. I need to think of a better reason. I don't know. It's my first teammate just seems too too niche or just too low a bar. Uh, damn it. It's like the problem when I have an idea, but then like of course getting to said idea is the problem. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I envisioned this story. Well, actually, you know what? Let me just go. Let me just start from the beginning, cause so that way I can gap longer. Might as well. I need to practice yapping anyways. Let's see. How do I? Well, I will admit that Hidden Class J.O.A.T started off as just a parody, essentially, of like solo leveling and all the other tower climbing stories. You know, just your classic power fantasy. Because the reason why I started out as a parody was just because well, a lot of them are pretty simple and they don't really, what's the word? They don't really stand out too much, if anything. Like if you break it down to like, because like they all follow like very similar uh, elements inside. Like you know, like a mysterious enemy that comes and attacks Earth. People are chosen. People are either many people are killed and many people are chosen to be protectors, and then for the most part, usually the main protagonist is usually very like weak at first, and then he becomes powerful. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I might as well just make a parody, just because I was keen on writing, but then I was like, I'm lazy at writing, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna set a goal and just. But also, I just want to see if I could write what essentially is what a power fantasy. But then, but as I was creating the world, trying to like set up this, make the setting and everything, it slowly began to become less of a parody and more of a homage or homage to all the great, all the fun, all the funness of this of tower climbing manhwas as well as you know recession power fantasies, you know all of that goodness. And then so then I instead of changing, so then instead of making it what is like a parody, well like an actual parody, I started taking it more seriously and trying to, well, not making it completely different, but like at least like essentially I'm adding my own flavor of ice cream in a sense. Like solo leveling, omniscient point of view. At almost any tower climbing is essentially a flavor of ice cream in a sense. Like solo leveling is vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, etc. You name it. So I'm just at, in a sense, I'm just instead of making something, making a false product, I'm actually making a new flavor. Or, well, not a new flavor, but you know what I mean. I'm adding a flavor. Now, I've been trying to take it seriously, but for the most part, it's been a bit annoying because now I'm envisioning the climax or just big badass moments of my main character. But then the problem is trying to get to said point and basically filling in the blanks. And that's like the annoying part for me is that want to get to the cool parts, but then I don't want to rush it and make like all the other stuff feel boring or just trash in comparison. Because you know, like what makes a good climax is the build. Like you can't like like any like because it would make any story bad if you all you do is have like trashy a really trashy a build up and then like climax, the climax will get dragged down too, you know? Like most people say, it's the journey, not the. It's like it's the journey that counts, not the end. Yeah, if anything, I'm trying to figure out what would. But yeah, besides this the mini tangent, I'm trying to figure out like what would be a better reason for why why this character of mine is so devoted in a sense. But yeah, actually, you know what? I know the word. Instead of teammate, my first companion. I think that's a pro. Excuse me. That was the word I was looking for. Companion. Jesus. Just because like teammate just sounds too well, it's too on the nose, and also companion is just has enough. What's the word? Uh, def- like it's just vague enough that you can make it sound. It can really mean anything from friend to you know friend. Well, I'm I'm really setting myself up here. I'm trying. Friend, lover, significant other, you name it. Companion for life, companion. Because companion can really mean anything in a sense, or at least usually means in an affectionate way. But yeah, you get the point. Yeah, so I guess I can still keep this. A lot of clickbaity titles for these reporters. Let's see. One by one, the descendants share their own answers before sitting. All of them were a mix of love, respect, and praise of them. Finally, it was once again just Lee Young Hyo, the man who was given the answer first. Now it was his turn for it to answer. That person taught me how to be a leader. Uh, now the question is, do I want it to be my first that person is my master or or just a companion? Yeah. Actually, no. I think I know. Actually, I do like that. Taught me how to be a leader. Actually, better. Just because, yeah, I think I prefer them being on semi even ground. You know what I mean? Instead of like a strict teacher and student role. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep it as taught me how to be a leader me instead of is my master or is my teacher. Because I want Lee Young Hyuk to be someone that isn't just a successor, but as in like, well, a protege, or you know what I mean, the right hand man essentially, instead of just a strict a teacher to student or mentor to protege. Let's see, the reporters who have already had catchy headlines just got an even bigger one. Korea's number one ascendant, arguably the world's, gave the biggest praise. This man was someone Lee. This man was someone who Lee Young Hyuk considered better than himself. Simply put, this one man was what united today's top ascendants. One can only imagine how powerful this man was. Hold on. God damn. There's one problem I have. I just keep writing in past tense. Like, Jesus. Just gave the biggest praise. The one who Lee Young Hyuk considered better than himself. Simply put, this man is what united today's top descendants. And the sole reason for this alliance. Alliance. One can only imagine how powerful this man is. May I inquire who this man is? Apologies, but I cannot provide information on his identity or whereabouts as he has gone missing. However, all of us believe he will someday return to us. Yeah, no, hmm. No, that doesn't sound right. Let's see. I need a better reason why they can't tell his identity, blah blah blah. Uh, Cause let's see. Like the problem is like, I'm trying to build up a mysterious character, or at least the sole reason why, blah blah blah, but it's just like annoyingly this. But yeah, it's annoying. It's trying. It's finding that part that's hard to do at the moment. Hi man, you doing good? Sorry, I wasn't looking at my YouTube chat. I was looking at Twitch stuff or my OBS, so I couldn't see it. My bad, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how to describe this. It's like, I was like, I want to keep, because the problem is, I want to keep this guy's identity a secret at the moment, but I can't think of a good answer. I'm trying to think of a good way to like keep him mysterious, but like, well, like without like just exposing his identity. That's the problem. So it's finding that middle ground that of an answer that makes sense without doing that, but just like, yeah, thanks, man. But for the most part, just finding anybody to talk about. Because like uh, damn it, I'm just repeating repeating. I'm repeating myself. Because like the answer that Lee Young Hyuk gives just doesn't sound satisfying enough. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like I don't think any reporter would just blatantly accept that for the most part. Then again, an ascendant is pretty powerful. And also, many celebrities don't always answer questions either, so that's an issue too. That's a thing I could also go for. But also, like, trying to, but also giving a reason why, giving a reason why Lee Young Hyuk will not say who this man is or say or give any information on him is the better question because it's also how to explain it. It's very it's like that weird. I guess like I don't know how to. I'm very bad. I can't speak, and I want to be a writer. That's the issue. That's the issue I'm going through right now. Oh my god, it's like embarrassingly bad. Like I'm trying to do this, but then like I just cannot talk for the life of me, or write for the life of me. But yeah, trying to give an answer because this part just sounds okay, but then like it doesn't sound good, I guess. Is the best way I can describe it. Uh, because he has gone missing. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. How about that? But that's classified. Yeah, that's probably the most I can probably say. Actually, you know what? That yeah, I'm just gonna say apology, but I cannot provide information to as I want to respect his privacy. I think that probably as I want to, because for the most part, nobody else, because basically nobody else knows who this guy is besides this alliance. Essentially, expect like all the top members of this alliance right now only know who he is. Even like the Tower Ascendant Association people, which is or the TAA, which is your basic government guilds slash well just government really government people like how solo leveling has their guilds and like the what were they called? God damn it. They had those people, but yeah, you know the chairman and everybody of the government the government essentially government ascendants because besides because they don't know who this guy is. That's but of course I'm gonna reveal that right later. So or much later because this is just like a little bit of a tease, I guess. Apologies, but yeah, let's see. How do I could word it. Yeah, I could just word it as apologies, but that's classified. But I kind of want to go into more emphasis. But yeah, I think that is probably the best way to put it. But but I cannot provide mission because I want to protect his. As I want to respect his wishes. That's probably the way to do it. Respect his privacy and wishes. However, all of us believe he will someday return to us. Yeah, I think yeah, that probably makes more sense in a sense. Goddamn that goddamn English sucks. My English. But yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Where let's see. And it's because unfortunately he'll ignore the rest of the alliance. Will not budge on identifying this mysterious ascendant. The reported and no choice but to accept this. And no choice. And no choice but to accept this. I say no. I don't think. I was gonna say begrudgingly, but I don't think begrudgingly is the correct word because it just sounds like, I'm not trying to say like the reporter is like really trying to deep dive or like just like like, oh, that's too bad. I don't think begrudgingly is the right word. What's like, because I guess I could just say regretfully, but then like regretfully doesn't really flow that well. Because I feel like, because there is regretfully, but I need to find a different word. Hold on, let me just open the thesaurus. The thesaurus, say my. Oh, it's also regrettably. Jesus. Seriously, regrettably. Totally very regrettably. No, I don't think. No, I don't know the story word. I don't think. No, it's not regrettably. It's regretfully. We should start in a regretful way, unfortunately. In regret. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna use regretfully. But two. Oh wait, I also skipped two. Jesus. I also do that too many times. Just skipping words when I'm saying them out loud, and just not typing them. And I spelled the wrong one. I used the wrong one too. God dang it. Regretfully, not regrettably. I see. Thank you for all the answers. After the reporter sat down, the rest were busy writing down what they have heard. What they had just heard. Everything that had been said about this mysterious ascendant. Wait, hold on. After the reporter sat down, the rest were busy writing down what they have just heard. Everything that has been said about this mysterious ascendant, every answer, every detail, all of it about one man no one knew existed. Before long, a spokesperson walks up in front of the crowd. Jesus. Hold on. I need to cut that down. they had just heard, everything that had been said about this mysterious ascendant. Every answer, every detail, all of it about one man no one knew existed. Before long, a spokesperson walks up in front of the crowd. That will conclude today's conference. Everything about the Blue Tower's 50th floor will be written in detail in the upcoming reports through the TAA. Thank you for coming. And then like that, the ascendant slowly but surely stood up and began to leave. And began to leave the venue. To leave the conference. Many reporter have also stood up and were stood up and getting stood up and I keep deleting the wrong words, Jesus. And we're getting ready to leave themselves. So hold on. Themselves. There were also many reporters who had already begun to phone there. I've already begun to phone there. Began to phone their employers. Wait, no, is it employers? Workplace? What's hold on, what's I need the right word, god dang it. Is it workplace? I don't think it's work. Hold on, I need a better word. Phone their boss, phone the company, phone company, building, enterprise, organization, structure, system. Like, what would be the word or the correct phrasing of it? Is a question. Because yeah, because there were also many reporters who have already begun to. Many reporters still see it. Still seated. Not serrated, god dang it. Still seated reporters who have already begun to phone their the word. God dang it. What is the right word? Right word, right word. Right word. Right. It's not workplace, is it? I don't think it does sound right. Company? Would a reporter call their workplace their company? Workplace. What's the word? Phone their boss, phone their employers. Yeah, what is the correct word? 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 Let's see. It was the workplace. Office. That's the phone there. Office. Jesus. I was only looking at strong because I'm dumb. I should have been looking at all the phone their offices to going to phone their offices. What they deliver their rough their drafts to be examined and published. Examined, edited, and published. After, after afterwards, many articles were published. Afterwards, many articles were published about published about the tower, about the Blue Tower's 50th floor. Blue Tower's 50th floor. Along with the report, along with the official report from the J.O.A.T. While these articles did gain traction, what well, these articles did gain traction. What really caught the public's eye was the soul was the mysterious ascendant. The mysterious ascendant who supposedly who no, not supposedly, let's see. Mysterious ascendant who united. No, not united. Who was this? Who? The soul reason for this unification of authorities for this worldwide alliance. And again, once again, I forget to type some the correct words. Jesus. Okay, let's see. How to transition to back here. Let's see. You know what? Just gonna make it easy. So I'm just gonna be lazy. Inside the tower. Because, you know, it's annoying to try to think of an actual proper. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Well, I don't want to make. I don't want to just make this entire this one thing a chapter itself. So I'm just gonna cut it this simple. Of course, I could just. Actually, no. I'll make it. I'll actually make an effort. Back inside the tower. By the tower. Shinjuku has just met. Has just met a familiar yet strange rodent. A a capybara covered in a cloak. Yeah, strange rodent. Capybara covered. No, not covered. Wearing a cloak. Long and armed with a sword. With sword. And yeah, unarmed with sword. The was not alone either. As a as another creature as another creature resides on top of its head. An orange slime. I did not even write orange. Jesus. Slime. Nice to let's see. Nice to meet you. I'm Borobo. Borobo. Borobo? No. Borobo. Borobo? No. Just Boro. Bo. Just Boro? Yes, Bo. Must be a dialect thing. I am Shin Junwoo. Shinjuwu Bo. The capybara circles around him, observing him. Boro quickly moves on and starts examining the other critters as well. Critters start showing. Well, there we go. After sensing no harm from keep. Alright. I still need to change these names. This was the prototype name. Ooh. No harm from Boro. The animals relaxed a bit. Interesting animals you tame, Bo. I don't think I tamed. don't think I did tame them. As if to retort to Zane. I don't think really think I tamed. As if to retort his answer, the Trank and axolotl began circling him and rubbing against his legs. You may not believe it, but they seem to think differently, Bill. I need to change all these. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep. I think that's the last time I wrote, anyways. Yeah, just a lot of. Okay. Now just to check. The retort, blah blah blah. You may not believe it, but they do. They seem to think differently. Toro smiles a little while laughing gently. He clearly has better understanding of the animal's feelings than Junwoo. A display pops up in front of Junwoo. Yeah, just in front of him. Seeing what it was about could only make him scoff in disbelief. He could not be proven any more wrong. Tame beast? Yes or no? Yes. Taming in progress. The creatures around him began to glow before dissipating into glints of light. So light. The display updates with new information. Taming complete. Tame number of beast 2. Skill level increase. Support proficiency skill. Taming level 1. 1 has gone to 1 to level 3. Plus 10 experience points. Now it was official. Could only look up in disbelief before kneeling down to pet his two companions. Displays popped up for both of them, revealing what they are. Hercules tricorn juvenile. Description: fast and powerful beasts that roam the forest and plains. Although independent, tricorns have also been seen living with Draco ants, protecting their brood and nest while their brood helps raise their young and provide food in return. Level 10. Stats: Vitality 6. 47, resistance 60, strength 7, 55. I'm just gonna skip their stats. It's gonna be boring. Ugh. But yeah, insane. The Trank horn was already so much stronger than him, and it's only a child. Turning his attention to the larvae, to the axolotl. Well, he could only be more smart. Only be surprised. Draco ant larvae. Description: small and tenacious. Draco ants live in vast numbers, working together to forage food and protect each other. Many have physical capabilities, with special individuals inheriting physical abilities as well. Level 7 stats, blah 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 blah. Also insane. It has such magic power, and it's still a baby. What an insane blessing. Junwoo was able to tame such insane companions. Two monsters with insane potential. Hmm. What, what insane play. Monsters with insane potential. Junwoo could also almost already picture them rivaling the sun. This is could almost already picture. I mean, not almost. I'm gonna move already. Could already picture them rivaling the summons of Korea's number one summoner, Lee Young-hyuk, when they grow older. Forget just surviving. He might begin thriving. Might just begin thriving. Wait, no, that's a red flag. Becoming overconfident is the cause of many failures. Even the young Hyuk himself has said that no matter how powerful he was always cautious to avoid inevitable surprises and failures. If Korea's best ascendant is that vigilant, then everyone else would only look careless by comparison. Think that he just met him yesterday too. Yesterday as well. Quick, quickly letting go of his ideas of grandeur. Grandeur. Junwoo. Which it turns his attention to Coral. Who is now with the Dino Mantis family. That's the Dino Mantis family. I'm getting tired already. Jesus. I want to keep writing. I'm gonna keep writing a bit more. Eh. All right, let's see. Dimension. He he is currently in the arms of one of the juveniles. Juveniles. Ooh. Really walks over to talk to him. Talk to him. Hey, Boro. You are not from this floor, are you? A simple yet obvious question. But still one that needs to be said. Set. World just looks too different to be on this. Looks too different to be on this floor naturally. A normal looking cat. normal looking, albeit covered in adventure clothing, adventuring gear. Looking capybara. Be covered in, yeah, I'll be covering adventuring gear. Shares virtually no traits with the animals yes he has seen so far. Hmm. Hmm. But let's see. Yes, that's yes. That is correct. Oh, then does that mean you can help me go to the lower floors by chance? For thought for a moment before he gave his answer. I've read the cheat, god dang it. Thought for a moment before he gave his answer. Let's see. What did he say? Hmm. I I can't help, but I am unsure. Help. I know. Actually, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a war, but judging by your appearance, judging by your appearance, you seem to be an ascendant. You seem to be not from nor any floors. Nor any floors I've been to so far. I've been to so far. Hmm. That is because I am from outside the tower. I am a tower. Junior can explain. To explain, I send it. See, I haven't sent it. Eat. And you wish to leave. Wish to leave the tower, I presume. I presume. Yes. See. Right now. See, let's see. Where else can I go with the story? That. Because at the moment I'm like okay, so yes. Okay. Victor and also like Mr. Yeah. All right. I yes. Next. Next. That explains why I haven't seen your time before. Well, there. Horrible. Sleeping out of then the dino mantis mantis's arms. Coral lands in of front of June. Junwoo. Junwoo. Alright. I will take you to the lowest floor. Hmm. Junwoo was right. Or, no, not excited. Relieved. Relieved. Was relieved. Oh, wait. Felt a sense of relief. That's right. That's sense relief. Felt a sense of relief. He now, has a guide. You can get him out of here. Already packed and ready. Already packed and ready to go. Go, Junwoo. Junwoo. You burrow in the critters. Burrow. The tricorn. The tricorn. The tricoant. The larva. Nah, just get right and their companions. Eventually to leave for the lower floors. Hmm. Oh, yeah, honestly, I think I'll end it there. Church Fire's not done yet, but I think that'll do for now. Uh, anyways, let's see. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, let's see. I'm just how much did I actually write? I don't even think I added too much actually. But yeah, I think just an hour writing is enough for me. But hmm. Since there's still a lot of time before I need to go to sleep, well, I'm gonna open something up. So let's see. If only I know how to do more proper overlays. Hold on. Wait, let me just do something quickly. Pro display. Let's put my character out in the front for a moment. Yeah. Well, I'll just do this for now. Let's see. Does that cover everything? Yep. It's gonna cover my screen up for a bit because we're done. I'm gonna stop writing for a moment. Let's play some games. Want to play is a question. You know what? I'll continue on into Neverness to Everness. Actually, I need to get I need to complete dailies and stuff like that too for that game. Let's see here. Hmm. Let's see. That. Yeah. So far, Ryu is just been you and me. Oh well. Let's see if this. See, I just need to change. I just need to change some stuff here. Let's see. Change from just chatting. Let's see here. Okay. UNG. Go. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do that. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna end stream and just restart a stream. Just because I don't know how to do an overlay. Not to mention, I forgot to open OBS in admin. Run it as admin. So forgive me for a second.